Hi guys, I'm going to teach you a mini sequence using our yoga tune-up therapy balls on rolling out the muscles of the feet, the ankles and the lower legs. If you stand whole day, if you're a waitress and you're running around 10 to 12, or if you're a really active person, it's a very good idea to massage these tissues regularly to bring more stretch, increase circulation and enhance the suppleness of these tissues. So begin by taking the balls horizontally and starting to massage the tops of our feet. So I'm coming on all four and placing the balls at the retinaculum of my foot as I begin to glide my shin up and down. So the ball will roll from the retinaculum through the center of the foot all the way down towards the toes. This will create a skin rolling action which will directly talk to my superficial fascia. The superficial fascia is a connective tissue between the skin and between the muscles. The skin rolling in itself is quite underappreciated, but it's a really good idea to be talking to your myofascial system, not just the musculoskeletal system. Then for our second technique, we'll be taking the balls on this bony landmark, which is called the lateral malleolus. So I'm sitting sideways and I'm taking the balls just a smidge below this bony landmark. My right hand grabs hold of the ankle or the shin, which will keep the balls a little bit in place as I begin to create a stripping motion. I'm gliding, I'm stripping my shin up and down, and I'm starting to massage and talk to my peroneals, specifically the peroneal longus and the peroneal brevis. I can also be moving and directing the position of my ankle, which will definitely wake up some new tissues. Now, if you have tendency of spraining your ankle over and over again, it's very important to get dislocation in your body around the lateral malleolus and the peroneals. Get them massaged regularly so they become more healthy, more supple, and you are less likely to stay in bed when you sprain your ankle. Now, we'll talk to another tissue called the Achilles tendon. The Achilles tendon is this thick tendon, you can see it now popping up, that connects my calf into my heel. So I'm sitting straight in position of partial dandasana, my right knee is bent, and I simply begin to glide and slide my foot up and down. The correct name for Achilles tendon is actually a calcaneal tendon. And the interesting thing about the calcaneal tendon is that it's the thickest and the strongest tendon in the body. Many athletes do have a lot of Achilles tendon injuries because of overuse, improper alignment or improper footwear. So the balls will help to both rehabilitate the tissue if the tissue is damaged, and they'll also help prevent injury. Another thing I can do here is actually from my Achilles tendon, I can externally rotate my hip and my leg. So I'm getting back into the peroneals and then back into the Achilles tendon, and I can switch and slide here, and this feels quite incredible. Now, I'm taking another pair of yoga tune-up balls and I'm actually going to talk to the muscles of my calves. So one pair behind each of my knee respectively, close to the knee, and I am untucking my toes as I begin to set my hips down towards the heels. Now, if your calves are very tight, and for most people their calves are very, very tight, this will not feel quite comfortable. So the way to modify it and the way you make yourself a little more comfortable here is to lean forward and actually let the weight of your torso sink down. So in this position, we are specifically talking to the two big muscles of the calves. The more superficial, which is called the gastrocnemius, and it literally connects the knee into the ankle, and the deeper muscle of the calf, which is called the soleus. Now go ahead and release that now, and let's take the balls a little bit lower, several inches down, so we go into the center of the calves as you again try to set your hips down. And it's very likely that you will feel very relieved as you set the balls lower down, because there is not as much uncomfortable pressure as it was in the previous position. And then what I would like you to do is to begin to slide yourself from side to side. So before, when we're still, we're actually using a sustained compression, which tries to find an epicenter of adhesion and hopefully break through it. And now what I'm doing is I am rolling myself from side to side, which creates a cross fibering motion that's very helpful for breaking up through knots and adhesions within the muscle bellies. Now I change the direction of the balls and I actually take them vertical. Set my hips down, and the same thing. I begin to slide myself up and down. Now the interesting thing about the muscles of the calves, but especially the soleus, is that it's known as the second heart because of the ability of bring the venous blood from the lower extremities back into the heart. So this is a very good idea if, again, you tend to stand on your feet whole day and you tend to feel a lot of pooling of your blood around the ankles and the lower legs. Your lower legs feel heavy, and it's a wonderful way, and quite inexpensive as well, how to refresh your lower legs. And then you unwind, and hopefully you feel much more refreshed now in your lower legs, ankles, and your feet. Thanks for watching.